Hi everyone! If anyone is watching this at all, my name is Vivian and this is my first YouTube video. I decided to start BookTube because I love books. Today I guess I'll just start off with my top 5 books of 2017 because that is a very popular trend right now. The 5th best book that I read this year goes to The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. It's basically about two people, Natasha and Daniel, and they're very different people. Natasha is a Jamaican-American immigrant, and unfortunately her family is about to be deported back to Jamaica tonight. And Daniel is a Korean-American who is struggling to live up to his family's expectations. These two strangers, complete strangers, meet on a busy New York day, and it's actually such an adorable love story, and the format of it is so unique. It's got different chapters from different perspectives, like chapters from hair, from the universe, and science and chemistry, and you even get chapters from the side characters that you normally don't hear from. I think there's a chapter from a security guard, there's a chapter from Natasha and Daniel's parents. It's so cool. So number 4 on my list is Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. Now I know this isn't a new book and I don't have it with me again, so you'll see the picture floating here. So this book is about a girl called Samantha Kingston. She's a very typical American high school girl. She's popular, she's pretty, blah blah blah. Unfortunately, one night she's involved in a car accident and she dies. Kind of. Why I say kind of is because the next day she ends up waking up and reliving the same day over again. This happens for the next few days, possibly for a week. And it's such an amazing story and beautifully written and makes you really think about life and death. I think why it makes a great YA book is because Samantha is just a normal teenager and she will never even think about dying. And she does end up dying just suddenly. And I think it's so reflective and so mind-opening. That's why it comes at number 4. Number 3 on my list is Words in Deep Blue by Cath Crowley. And I actually have the book, so yay! It's a library book, because I love the library. Basically, it tells you what it's about on the front cover. A love story! So yeah, it is a love story, but it's so much more than that. And this is an Australian book, so that's even better. It's actually kind of hard to explain, so I'm just going to read the blurb, which isn't very long at all. Secondhand bookshops are full of mysteries, that's agreed. This is a love story. It's the story of howling books where readers write letters to strangers, to lovers, to poets. It's the story of Henry Jones and Rachel Sweetie. They were best friends once, before Rachel moved to the sea. Now she's back, working at the bookstore, grieving for her brother Cal. She's looking for the future in the books people love, and the words they leave behind. Sometimes you need the poets. And the main reason I love it so much is because it is set mainly at a second-hand bookshop. It's full of these vintage classic books and it gives you these quotes from them. It talks about authors like Jane Austen, Charles Dickens, and so many other people who I have no idea who they are, but I really should because apparently they're really famous. At the very first page, you get Salt and Heat and Memory. And these chapter starters, essentially, that are circled, they are mentioned in the chapters. So when you get up to it, you're like, oh, that's where the title came from. In a way, it's very laid back. There's not a major, climax or anything, but that's what I love about it. Number 2 on my list today, and I don't have it again because most of my books are library books, and obviously I can't keep them forever because that's just not how libraries work. Anyway, so number 2 is Strange to the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. This is actually my first really fantasy novel besides Harry Potter because I mainly read contemporary, but I thought I really want to step out of my comfort zone and try something new, so I picked up this book. If you don't know what it's about, it's actually really hard to explain. I kind of tried to summarize it in this little notebook of mine where I keep everything about books. The main character, Laszlo Strange, is an orphan who never knew his origins. One thing has always been sure though, and that was his obsession with the lost city of Weep. That's right, it's called Weep, which already intrigues me so much. One day he actually gets the opportunity to go visit Weep, and the story basically unravels from there. And this book has truly made me want to read much, much more fantasy. You just get sucked into its world, and Laini Taylor's writing is nothing I've ever read before. It's so lyrical and beautiful, and I can't wait for the second book. I think it's called Muse of Nightmares. And now, finally, number 1 on my list, and all my friends will know this. I annoy them so much with it by talking to them every day about it, basically. And that book is none other than Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. If you don't know what this is about, it's basically another Chosen One themed book. Think Harry Potter. And the main character is called Simon Snow, and basically he has to defeat this great evil being called the Insidious Humdrum. It's basically a much more grown-up version of Harry Potter, and if I were judging Harry Potter and Carry On by its storyline, I would actually pick Carry On. I'm so sorry, Harry. But yeah, this book, I can't even describe how much I love it. It's become my new fandom, literally. Part of why I love Rainbow Rowell's books is because her characters feel so real, and they're all so different, and it's also so funny. I cannot tell you how many moments I have literally laughed my head off. You may have heard of its association with Fangirl. You don't have to have read Fangirl to be able to read Carry On, but I highly recommend you read both. It doesn't really matter which order you do, but if you read both, you'll get the full experience of Rainbow Rowell's magical writing. I'll just read this last bit that's on the blurb. Carry On is a love letter to love stories and the power of words, to every chosen one who ever had more on their mind than saving the world. I love this book so much. That's why I actually have my own copy of this, not from the library, and I'm planning to annotate and highlight as much as I can in this book. I've got different colours for different characters, and I actually bought a new pack of highlighters just for this book. That's how special it is. So those are my top 5 books of 2017. I will definitely try to make more and more and more, and I hope this first video didn't suck, although it probably did. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and feel free to comment below talking about what your favourite books of 2017 were. Thank you so much for watching this. Bye! Okay, just going to film. Oh my god, a fly just landed on my head. Go away! Go away! Go away, fly! Is a fly actually here, or am I just being paranoid now?